Welcome to the Black Girl Burnout podcast. Kelley here. And today I want to offer something simple but real. I am giving you a little shorter episode this week as many of us are off for the holiday, and I am taking that time myself. And for many of us, we're in a space of talking about gratitude and generosity. And those are beautiful things, but they can also become places where we push past our own capacity. So this episode is a short invitation for you to practice gratitude and generosity in the ways that honor you first. I know every year around this time, particularly if you're in America, but it seems like now across the globe, this time of year brings out people saying the same messages. Be grateful, be generous, show up, host, cook, be available, be cheerful. And for so many Black women, these messages can kind of hit a tender place for us. They might feed into the expectation that you should be the one holding everything and everyone, that your gratitude should look like labor, or that your generosity should look like self-sacrifice. And here's my reminder for you. Gratitude doesn't require you to exhaust yourself, and generosity doesn't require that you erase yourself. You get to opt out of those lies and that attitude this season. I know for myself, you will find me, like I said, taking some much needed time off. I'm off this week. I'm instead choosing to spend the time with my mother. She is visiting me. We are doing touristy things around Washington, D.C., and we are having a quieter time together. No rushing, no performing, no proving myself to anyone or anything. It is our space to just connect and bond. I want to practice what I preach, and so I want to extend the same call for you. The temptation can be to do too much around now, and I'm going to invite you to do things instead from a place of being grounded, and maybe that means you're going to do a little less. You don't have to earn gratitude by doing more. You don't have to be the perfect host for the dinner, and you don't have to force yourself into togetherness if your body is actually craving some peace and space. Gratitude can be a pause. It can be a breath. It can be a moment of softness. It can be in the midst of all the chaos, closing the door for 5 minutes and letting your nervous system settle. It can be telling the truth about what you need, even if that means you might be disappointing someone else. Gratitude can be letting yourself receive support instead of always being the one to give it. It's a form of abundance too. So let's spend this time in a way that creates space, creates peace, creates moments of presence. Because in the end, generosity is not the same as depletion. You don't measure your generosity by how little you have left. Generosity can be quiet. It can be spacious, and it can be rooted in your values and not in guilt, like so many of us end up doing. So let's reshape generosity into maybe a kind word that can be said slowly but with intention. Generosity can be setting a boundary that protects your peace and someone else's. It can be choosing not to repeat cycles that maybe you struggle under that you might have even inherited. It can be letting someone else contribute instead of you taking on everything else yourself. That's still generosity. It's just generosity with clarity and honesty. Because after all, your presence is its own form of generosity. Your healing is its own form of generosity. And your rest creates generosity that ripples out to others, even if you don't see it right away. I always tell people this. When you rest, you can show people around you what's possible. I have talked to so many Black women who have said, I've decided to opt out. I prioritize softness and joy and rest. And I see my mom doing the same. I see my grandma doing the same in small ways. When you model ease in a world that constantly asks for Black women to do more and prove more, to show how strong they are or how community focused they are. When you model that ease, you actually create generosity that ripples out. As someone who suffers with anemia, I know all too well how life altering iron deficiency can be. Whether it's the overwhelming fatigue, the dry and brittle nails, the difficulty concentrating, it takes a toll. And then sometimes the supplements and treatments for iron deficiency have unpleasant side effects. That's why I'm excited about Citarol. Citarol from PharmaNutra is a premium iron supplement powered by sucrosomial technology. This helps your body absorb 3 to 4 times more iron while avoiding the common side effects of traditional iron supplements, the nausea and constipation. Citarol stands apart with 150 published clinical studies, unlike most supplement brands that have little to no clinical research. It's globally trusted and it's convenient. You can take it at any time, so there's no need to adjust your meals. It fits seamlessly into your day. It's 100% allergen free, it's vegan and gluten free. So if you're nodding along and I'm describing the symptoms because you are exhausted and your brain feels like it's in a fog, this could be exactly what you need. Join over 2 million people who have already discovered Citarol and found the help they needed. Head to pharmanutra-us.com and use the code BGB for 10% off your first order of Citarol. That's pharmanutra-us.com. Promo code BGB for 10% off today. So, while you are taking some time off, hopefully this week, maybe in a space of thinking about what you're grateful for and creating generosity in your life, here's 3 small steps you can take. You can name one thing that you're grateful for to let go of this year. You can choose one pocket of rest during a holiday season, even if it's 5 minutes. We know you have obligations and commitments, but you can give yourself the gift of 5 minutes. And finally, you can let your generosity be honest, not obligatory. Not something you feel like you have to do. When we prioritize ease and we prioritize presence, our generosity and gratitude flows from this place of true, pure want and desire, not from depletion and not from guilt. And if you're not overflowing right now because life is hard and you're doing a million different things, that's okay. Generosity will be waiting for you when you decide to invest in it in that way. So I hope that you can take that with you, and I hope it creates some soft edges in this season and it allows you to find a gentler way of being. And I want to remind you that one of the ultimate acts of generosity is starting with yourself. And I want to remind you again of an organization we are partnering with called Savvy Ladies. They are an organization that is created to help women secure financial peace through free counseling and other programming to increase financial literacy. Savvy Ladies, again, provides a free service. If you haven't called the free helpline yet, what are you waiting for? You get 50 plus minutes with a certified financial planner. That could save you hundreds of dollars, and you can talk to them about anything. I mean, anything from I thinking about my first professional job and how to get a high yield savings account, all the way to I'm near retirement. What does that look like? You can talk about what finances look like in partnership with someone. The sky is the limit for what you can discuss. Take advantage of that helpline. You don't have to live in ignorance of your finances. You deserve to give yourself the gift of financial peace. All right, that's it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. As usual, you know what to do. If you are a supporter of the podcast, there's a few things you can do. You can like, share, subscribe. You can leave a review. Let me tell you, we have a goal to want to get to 1,000 reviews on Spotify and now on Apple. So if you haven't just thrown up the 5 stars, could you just do so now? while you're listening, that would be the ultimate gift for me. That's all I'm asking for this year, your reviews. I want to read to you some of the things others have said. This is from my Spotify listeners. I've been neglecting you of late, and you've left so many comments. I don't want to ignore them. ZTRA said, "This was so heartfelt. Thank you. I'm excited to share this episode with a couple of people and start the fight to get access to therapy. I hope you are able to do that." Danique said, "This was such a timely listen. Thank you. The end of the year blues as a mom, partner, and professional is really weighing me down. So thank you for the reminder all the way from Jamaica." Well, hello to Jamaica and all my international listeners. I see you. I know you're there in Africa and the West Indies, in London, in Toronto. I love you all. Thank you for listening. VC said, "Fantastic episode, Kelley. You and your efforts are deeply appreciated and deeply impactful. Keep doing the amazing work that you do in an easeful and restorative way that supports the life you want to live." Oh, that's such a beautiful message, VC. Thank you for listening. So if you haven't given a review, please just put the stars down. You don't have to send any words. You don't have to make any comments. I appreciate them and I read them all, but you don't need to. It is the easiest and freest way to directly support the podcast. Outside of that, follow us on all the social media platforms. It's all the same. It's at Black Girl Burnout on TikTok, on Instagram, on YouTube, on Substack. There's 14,000 of us there on Substack, and I go a little bit deeper on these episodes and sometimes do entirely different content, but related to the overall themes and message of Black Girl Burnout. It is a beautiful space full of beautiful women that are waiting for you to join. It's completely free to join. All right, that's it for this episode. Until next week, take care of yourself, take care of each other, find gratitude, give yourself the gift of generosity, and rest well.